Ladies, let me speak directly to you today. It is said that the most magnetic quality a woman can possess is her ability to detach. I know this might sound counterintuitive, but I want you to hear me clearly. Men are deeply attracted to women who know how to step back, who possess emotional independence, and who don't tether their sense of worth to the actions of others. Emotional independence is one of the most compelling and attractive qualities a woman can possess. In a world where relationships and social interactions are often driven by emotional needs, the power of emotional independence stands out. It is not about isolating oneself or avoiding connections, but about creating a strong sense of self that is not reliant on the validation or actions of others. This quality is magnetic because it speaks to an inner strength and maturity that cannot be easily manipulated or swayed. When a woman is emotionally independent, she does not find her happiness or self-worth in another person's approval. She recognizes that her value is inherent, not contingent on external circumstances or the opinions of others. This type of independence is not about building walls or shutting people out. Rather, it is about knowing that you, as an individual, are complete. Your sense of security does not depend on being in a relationship or constantly seeking attention and validation from those around you. You are centered in who you are and you stand firm in your identity. This gives you the freedom to engage with others from a position of strength rather than from a place of need. When a woman operates from a place of emotional independence, it changes the dynamics of every interaction she has. Relationships, whether romantic, professional, or personal, become more authentic. There is no desperation for affirmation or fear of rejection because she is not defined by her need for someone else's love, approval, or attention. This kind of self-sufficiency makes it possible to engage with others freely, without the weight of expectation or manipulation. Men in particular are attracted to women who do not seem desperate for their attention, love, or validation. They are drawn to women who have their own interests, passions, and goals. Women who are not afraid to stand alone when necessary. Emotional independence also allows a woman to cultivate a deep sense of inner peace. When you are not constantly seeking to please others or fearing the loss of love, you free yourself from emotional turbulence. This stability is incredibly appealing because it creates an atmosphere of calm and certainty. It is not about being perfect or immune to emotions. It's about maintaining your composure and emotional resilience, regardless of what is happening around you. Life will inevitably bring challenges and relationships may be tested, but a woman who is emotionally independent knows how to navigate these situations with grace. She does not rely on others to prop her up or validate her worth. Instead, she draws from an internal well of strength. Moreover, emotional independence allows for healthier relationships. It removes the pressure of needing someone to fulfill every emotional need, which can often lead to unhealthy attachment or codependency. When a woman is emotionally independent, she has the freedom to choose who she shares her life with, knowing that she can live and thrive without their approval. This doesn't mean she is emotionally unavailable or cold. It means that she can enter relationships with a sense of wholeness without putting undue pressure on the other person to fill a void. This creates a dynamic of mutual respect and admiration where both individuals are free to grow independently while still being deeply connected. The power of emotional independence lies in its ability to shift how others perceive you and how you perceive yourself. It is a signal of strength, maturity, and self-respect. When you detach emotionally in a healthy way, you open the door for richer, more genuine connections, where the bond is not based on need but on choice. And it is this independence, this inner freedom, that makes you truly attractive. Self-value and self-worth are foundational elements that shape how a woman interacts with the world around her and how she allows others to treat her. These qualities are not simply based on external achievements or validation, but stem from a deep intrinsic understanding that you are valuable, regardless of circumstances or opinions. When a woman knows her worth, she operates with a confidence that is not easily shaken or diminished by external factors. This self-assuredness is magnetic and commands respect, especially in a world where self-doubt and insecurity can often cloud the way women perceive themselves. A woman who understands her worth does not need to seek constant affirmation from others. She recognizes that her value is inherent and cannot be defined by someone else's perception of her. In the face of praise or criticism, she stands firm in the knowledge that her identity is not based on approval from others. This internal validation makes her resilient in the face of adversity and unshaken by the opinions of those around her. Men in particular are drawn to women who are not swayed by the fleeting opinions of others, but who have a solid sense of who they are and what they bring to the table. Self-value is also deeply tied to boundaries. A woman who knows her worth is able to set clear, healthy boundaries in her relationships, career, and personal life. She does not allow people to take advantage of her time, energy, or resources because she understands that her value is too great to be wasted. She does not feel the need to overextend herself to gain acceptance or love. Her relationships, whether personal or professional, are based on mutual respect and equality rather than a one-sided investment of her time and energy. This sense of boundary setting is incredibly attractive because it communicates self-respect and confidence. Men find it incredibly compelling when a woman can say no without guilt or hesitation because it reflects a clear understanding that her time and energy are precious. Moreover, a woman who knows her worth does not settle for less than she deserves. She does not settle for relationships, opportunities, or treatment that fall short of what she knows she is worthy of. She does not compromise her standards or values for the sake of approval or companionship. Instead, she trusts that the right relationships and opportunities will come, ones that align with her values and reflect her sense of self-worth. This unwavering belief in her value guides her decisions and actions, making her a woman of discernment who attracts those who truly appreciate her for who she is. Understanding self-value also leads to a deeper level of self-care. When a woman values herself, she makes choices that prioritize her well-being mentally, physically, and emotionally. She invests in herself, knowing that doing so is not selfish, but essential to maintaining her strength and capacity to give to others. She nurtures her mind, body, and spirit, recognizing that she deserves to be treated with the same care and kindness that she offers to those she loves. This focus on self-care enhances her confidence and reinforces the understanding that she is worthy of love, success, and happiness on her own terms. Self-worth is not a fleeting emotion or something that can be dictated by others. It is a deep-rooted belief that a woman is valuable simply because she exists. It is the recognition that she deserves respect, kindness, and love, not because of what she can give or do for others, but because she is worthy of it by virtue of who she is. When a woman carries this understanding, she becomes a force that draws others to her, not out of need, but out of admiration and respect for the strength and confidence she embodies. This sense of self-value is the key to attracting the right people and opportunities. Because when you know your worth, others will recognize it too. The freedom to choose is one of the most powerful aspects of emotional detachment and self-worth. It is the ability to make decisions based on what aligns with your values, desires, and well-being, rather than out of necessity or desperation. This freedom creates a sense of autonomy and control over your life, and it is undeniably attractive. When a woman embraces her ability to choose, she no longer feels bound by external pressures or expectations. She recognizes that her life is her own to direct, And in this realization, she steps into a place of power. The freedom to choose means that a woman has the agency to determine the course of her relationships, career, and personal life without feeling obligated to conform to what others expect of her. In relationships, this freedom manifests as the ability to walk away from situations that do not serve her well-being or values. She is not bound by the fear of being alone or the desire to keep someone in her life for the sake of companionship. Instead, she chooses to be in relationships where mutual respect, love, and authenticity are present. This sense of choice empowers her to prioritize her emotional health and well-being, knowing that her worth is not tied to anyone's presence in her life. Men are naturally drawn to women who have the freedom to choose because it signals self-assurance and independence. When a woman is not desperately seeking someone's attention or approval, she radiates confidence and mystery. She is not reliant on anyone to complete her, and this sense of completeness is magnetic. Men are attracted to women who have the strength to walk away from situations that do not fulfill them, and who choose their partners, friends, and experiences based on their personal values, not out of a sense of need. In career and life decisions, the freedom to choose allows a woman to pursue paths that reflect her passions and ambitions. She is not driven by the pressure to fit into a prescribed mold or to seek validation through external success. Instead, she chooses to follow her own calling, guided by her internal compass. This freedom provides a deep sense of fulfillment because it allows her to invest in what truly matters to her. When a woman is able to choose her path based on her own desires, she steps into her own greatness and purpose. This autonomy in decision-making attracts those who value ambition, authenticity, and the courage to follow one's own vision. Moreover, the freedom to choose means that a woman has the capacity to create boundaries and protect her energy. She can decide how much of herself she is willing to give to others and where she draws the line. This boundary setting is not a sign of selfishness, but rather a reflection of her self-respect. She understands that she cannot pour from an empty cup, and that her energy, time, and resources are precious. By choosing where to invest these resources, she ensures that her relationships and commitments are balanced, fulfilling, and meaningful. The ability to choose what to give and what to keep for herself is an empowering act of self-preservation. Ultimately, the freedom to choose is a declaration of autonomy, self-respect, and inner strength. It removes the weight of obligation and replaces it with the power of decision. A woman who operates from this freedom is not bound by the expectations of others, but is free to live in alignment with her own truth. This ability to choose wisely in all areas of her life, relationships, career, and self-care, creates an aura of confidence that is incredibly attractive. It is this very freedom that draws others to her, not because she needs them, but because she has chosen them. This choice, made with clarity and conviction, is what sets her apart and makes her irresistible. Creating space for genuine connection is about cultivating an environment where relationships can flourish authentically without the constraints of expectations or emotional pressure. It involves understanding that true connections are built over time and with respect for each individual's boundaries, needs, and values. When a woman has mastered the art of creating space, she allows herself and others the freedom to be their authentic selves, resulting in a deeper, more meaningful bond. At the core of creating space is the ability to step back and allow a relationship to unfold naturally without rushing or forcing it. This doesn't mean withdrawing emotionally, but rather allowing room for the other person to be seen and understood without the pressure of constantly needing to perform or fulfill specific roles. When a woman can detach from the need to constantly control or shape the course of a relationship, She creates an open space for mutual discovery and genuine intimacy. She does not place unrealistic expectations on the other person to meet all of her needs, but instead she values the connection for what it is in the moment. Men in particular are drawn to women who know how to create space in relationships. This space allows them to be themselves, to show up without the fear of judgment or the pressure to be something they are not. When a woman is not constantly hovering or seeking reassurance, she allows her partner to breathe and grow in the relationship. This freedom from suffocating expectations fosters trust and respect, which are the foundations of any meaningful connection. It is in this space that men feel appreciated for who they truly are, rather than for what they can provide or how they meet certain needs. Creating space also involves setting boundaries. A woman who knows how to create space in a relationship is clear about what she is willing to give and what she needs in return. She does not overextend herself or sacrifice her own needs for the sake of the relationship. Instead, she communicates openly about her limits, ensuring that both parties are aware of each other's needs and expectations. This creates an environment where both individuals can thrive, rather than one person feeling overwhelmed or drained by the other's demands. Healthy boundaries allow for a dynamic of give and take, where each person contributes to the relationship without feeling burdened. Moreover, creating space is about emotional availability without emotional dependency. It's the ability to be present and engaged without being consumed by the relationship. When a woman has emotional space, she maintains her independence and sense of self, even within the context of a relationship. She knows that her happiness does not depend on someone else's actions or approval, and this emotional resilience makes her more grounded and attractive. She is able to invest in a relationship fully, but without losing herself in the process. This balance between closeness and independence is what allows for a deeper, more enduring connection. This ability to create space also nurtures a sense of mystery and intrigue. When a woman does not reveal all of herself immediately or allow the relationship to become too predictable, she keeps the connection dynamic and exciting. Men are naturally drawn to this sense of mystery because it invites curiosity and engagement. Creating space allows for ongoing discovery, where both individuals continue to learn and grow together. This sense of evolving connection is far more satisfying and sustainable than one that feels stagnant or overly intense. In creating space for genuine connection, a woman is not simply distancing herself emotionally. She is allowing the relationship to breathe and grow at its own pace. She understands that the strongest bonds are those built on mutual respect, understanding, and the freedom to be fully themselves. It is in this space, free from pressure or expectation, that the deepest and most meaningful connections are formed. Confidence in silence is a profound and often underappreciated form of strength. In a world that constantly demands interaction, response, and validation, the ability to remain silent and composed speaks volumes about a person's emotional intelligence and self-assurance. For women especially, confidence in silence can be one of the most powerful tools for creating an air of mystery, maintaining emotional control, and establishing boundaries in relationships. Silence is often seen as weakness or passivity, but when used intentionally, it is a sign of emotional strength and self-possession. The woman who is comfortable with silence does not feel compelled to fill every moment with words, nor does she feel the need to explain herself to others. Instead, she understands that silence is a space for reflection, for grounding herself, and for allowing things to unfold naturally. She does not rush to respond or react to every situation, but rather takes her time to process, to listen, and to decide what her response should be. This deliberate use of silence allows her to maintain clarity in her thoughts and actions, which in turn makes her more present and intentional in her interactions. Men in particular are drawn to women who possess confidence in silence. There is something magnetic about a woman who does not feel the need to constantly fill the air with chatter, who can remain poised and composed even in moments of tension or uncertainty. This type of confidence creates an aura of mystery, making her more intriguing and complex. When a woman speaks less, but when she does speak, her words carry more weight and significance. This measured approach to communication demands respect, as it shows that her words are deliberate and valuable, not just noise to fill space. Moreover, confidence in silence reflects a woman's emotional resilience. In times of conflict, challenge, or emotional turmoil, the woman who can remain silent is often the one with the greatest emotional stability. She does not allow her emotions to control her actions, nor does she let external circumstances dictate her state of mind. Instead, she remains grounded, choosing to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This emotional resilience is incredibly attractive because it signals that she is in control of herself and her emotions, regardless of the situation. Men find this kind of inner strength comforting because it provides a sense of stability and assurance. Silence also allows space for deeper connection. When a woman is confident enough to remain quiet, she is also confident enough to listen. Truly listen. In relationships, whether romantic or platonic, the ability to listen deeply without immediately responding or offering solutions is a rare and valuable trait. The woman who can hold space for others' feelings without rushing to offer advice or express her own opinions allows the relationship to evolve organically. This deep listening fosters trust and respect, as it shows that she values the other person's perspective and emotions. By creating this space for understanding, she opens the door for more authentic and meaningful connections. Furthermore, confidence in silence also communicates boundaries. In many relationships, there is an unspoken pressure to always respond or to be constantly available. A woman who is confident in silence demonstrates that she does not need to be constantly engaged to prove her value. She knows when to step back, when to create distance, and when to allow space for both herself and others. This ability to create and enforce emotional boundaries is not a sign of coldness, but of self-respect. It reflects a strong sense of self-worth where she understands that her time and energy are precious, and she does not feel obligated to give them away at every moment. In a world that often values constant activity, chatter, and engagement, confidence in silence is a rare and powerful quality. It signifies a woman's emotional maturity, self-assurance, and ability to navigate the world with grace and control. Men and others alike are drawn to this kind of strength because it communicates that she is whole, complete, and in control of her emotions and actions. Silence, when used confidently, is not a void. It is a space filled with power, presence, and purpose. Emotional resilience and strength are the cornerstones of enduring personal power. They are the qualities that allow an individual, especially a woman, to navigate life's challenges without being overwhelmed by them. It is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to maintain inner peace during turbulent times, and to stand firm in the face of life's inevitable storms. Emotional resilience is not about avoiding pain or hardship, but about developing the capacity to handle it with grace, wisdom, and fortitude. A woman who possesses emotional resilience is someone who does not allow the ups and downs of life to define her. She faces setbacks, disappointments, and failures with the understanding that they are temporary and part of the human experience. Rather than becoming discouraged or defeated, she uses these experiences as opportunities to learn, grow, and become stronger. She understands that pain is a natural part of life, but it does not have to be her permanent reality. This ability to adapt and recover is a powerful reflection of her emotional strength, as it shows that she has the inner resources to move through life's challenges without losing herself in the process. Men are drawn to women who embody emotional resilience because they provide a sense of stability and security. In relationships, emotional resilience creates a dynamic where the woman is able to weather the storms of life with grace, without relying on her partner to fix or save her. She is able to face challenges head-on with a calm and measured approach, and this inspires admiration and respect. Men are naturally attracted to women who can maintain their composure under pressure, who do not crumble at the first sign of adversity, and who possess the emotional maturity to handle the complexities of life without overburdening others. Emotional strength is also rooted in self-awareness. A resilient woman understands her emotions and acknowledges them without being controlled by them. She knows when she is feeling overwhelmed, but instead of acting on impulse or allowing her emotions to dictate her behavior, she takes a step back to evaluate the situation. This level of self-awareness allows her to make decisions from a place of clarity and composure, rather than reacting out of frustration, fear, or anger. She does not deny her feelings, but understands how to manage them in a way that serves her highest good. This control over her emotional state is not about suppressing her emotions, but about channeling them in a constructive way that supports her well-being and goals. One of the most powerful aspects of emotional resilience is the ability to maintain a positive outlook in the face of difficulty. This does not mean ignoring the reality of tough situations, but choosing to focus on solutions, growth, and opportunities even when things seem bleak. A resilient woman looks at challenges as stepping stones, not obstacles. She understands that every hardship holds the potential for growth, and that in every dark moment there is a lesson to be learned. This mindset empowers her to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. Her strength lies in her ability to find light even in the darkest of times, and this sense of hope and optimism fuels her resilience. Emotional resilience also involves setting boundaries and protecting one's energy. A woman who is emotionally strong knows when to say no, when to walk away from unhealthy situations, and when to prioritize her mental and emotional health. She does not allow others to drain her or take advantage of her time and energy. This ability to protect herself emotionally ensures that she does not become depleted by external demands or toxic relationships. It allows her to maintain her strength and emotional stability, regardless of what is happening in the world around her. Ultimately, emotional resilience and strength are the keys to living a life that is not defined by external circumstances, but by an inner fortitude that cannot be shaken. They allow a woman to stand tall in the face of adversity, to maintain her peace in chaotic situations, and to continue moving forward with courage and purpose. This emotional strength does not just serve her own well-being, it also makes her a powerful force in the lives of those around her, as she inspires others to be strong, to persevere, and to grow through life's challenges. In the journey of life, a woman's ability to embody emotional resilience, strength, self-worth, and independence is the foundation of her power. The qualities of emotional independence, self-value, the freedom to choose, confidence in silence, and the ability to create genuine connections are not merely traits. They are the core elements that define a woman's capacity to thrive. When a woman understands her inherent value and operates from a place of self-assurance, she becomes a force that commands respect, admiration, and attraction. Her emotional resilience allows her to withstand the challenges that life throws her way without losing her sense of self or being defined by external circumstances. She walks through life with grace and strength, creating boundaries that protect her well-being while nurturing relationships that are grounded in mutual respect and understanding. She does not seek validation from others, but draws strength from her own inner sense of worth. In relationships, her silence is a reflection of confidence, her emotional resilience a beacon of stability, and her ability to choose a testament to her inner power. She recognizes that her worth is not dependent on anyone else's approval or presence, but is a reflection of her own self-awareness and emotional strength. This self-sufficiency not only attracts the right people into her life, but it also fosters relationships where authenticity and mutual respect are paramount. Ultimately, the woman who possesses these qualities does not merely survive, she thrives. She becomes the architect of her own life, navigating the world with purpose and grace, knowing that her strength lies not in what she can do for others, but in who she is. It is this inner power that shapes her future, empowers her relationships, and inspires others to live authentically and boldly. The path she walks is not just one of survival, but of flourishing, unshaken by life's challenges, fully aware of her worth, and completely free to choose the life she wants to create.